What's going on? Ventric here, freshly back from the Transformers TCG Energon Invitational at PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia. Uh, I played to a mediocre 5-4 record for 66th place, out of the money, but it was a fun weekend. Great times were had, and the first thing I need to do, I need to start off by giving a big shout out to and a congratulations to Daniel Arnold from Team Vector Sigma. He ended up taking it all down, winning the very first ever Energon Invitational. You could say he is sort of the current world champion. And he played Galactic Prime to a 7-1-1 record in Swiss. Well, he went 3-0 in Constructed, and that was all she wrote. He tore up the top eight, and he is our Energon Invitational champion. Next, I've got to give a big shout out to my boy, my traveling companion, my roommate for the weekend, Aiden Downey Back. He as well went 7-1-1 in Swiss. Unfortunately, he finished seventh place. Can't say unfortunately. He ripped it up, and he lost to Stefan Pinkney in the Shockwave Mirror in the top eight. But it was a great weekend for Aiden. Big things ahead for him, and hope I see both of them out at some more tournaments. Obviously, I'll see Aiden. We played the same LGS, and Aiden is actually the person who beat me in the finals of the first Energon Invitational qualifier I played in. So I went and played in the second one and won that one, and then we agreed to carpool, and the rest is history. Going back to my 5-4 record, I went 3-3 in Constructed and 2-1 in Sealed. With Constructed, I kind of made, I guess, a little bit of a, can I say, miscall on the meta. I thought it would be a heavy Shockwave meta. Aiden was playing Shockwave. I had his list built. I also had a list very similar to Stefan's, a range Shockwave list built that kind of based off of a Vector Sigma list. And I was playing that against Aiden, and the first match we played, it took us 50 minutes to get through the first game before I conceded. And I thought to myself, Stefan won PPG Columbus with Shockwave. Kai won PPG Dallas with Shockwave. I was expecting there to be a lot of Shockwave, a lot of blue pips. So 11:45 came around. We had to have our deck list submitted by midnight, and I decided to go with Blaster. Blaster is what won me my spot at this tournament. So I figured I'll go back to what I know. I decided to make a couple changes for what I thought would be the blue meta. Unfortunately, I'll let you know, I saw one blue deck all day. That's my 3-3. Some of the matchups, I had some tough goes. I'll walk you through them, but first let's walk you through the deck that I played and how I configured it. I played Blaster, Ramhorn, Steeljaw, and Private Fire Drive. This is pretty much a pretty straightforward Blaster build. We've seen some recent builds that were running different Transformer in the Steeljaw slot. But no, I went with what I know. Kept it an all Autobot build for a couple of reasons. Well, yeah, a couple of reasons. I'll get through them. So my deck was basically 3-piece through Tyranny, double orange, of course. And it's great to hit that on the wheel. If Fire Drive is still alive, you pop Fire Drive, and a lot of times you're going to get 3 attacks in. 3 Reckless Charge, no brainer here. We're an aggro deck. 4 damage. I don't care if I take the 3 damage. 4 damage to my enemy is great. 3 1 shall stand, 1 shall fall. Again, against blue decks, 3 damage to them. I'll take 3 damage all day long on one of my characters. More than likely Fire Drive. And as well, it also helps you finish off things. If you're like 1 or 2 short of one-shotting something, you can just take it out with that and save a second attack. 3 confidence. Again, this is the reason I went on Autobot. One of the reasons is confidence. I get to play that extra action. It's great when on turn 1 you can go flip Blaster, deploy Ramhorn, play a confidence off the top of the deck, set up your hand by drawing the 2, getting rid of 2, and then playing another action. So going first, you've got to play 2 actions, which is just kind of ridiculous. Hopefully that second action is a reckless charge or a supercharge. Next we got treasure hunt. We want to pull up our white pips. We're playing 3 force field, and we are also playing 2 medics protective fields. We need to get those white pips. We want on turn 2 when we attack with Ramhorn, we want to be able to cheat in that shield onto him just to buy us some extra time with him on the field, making our opponents have to hit him once, or they won't have to hit him once, have to hit him twice, have to hit him 3 times, and they have no chance to destroy that shield. All right, going on from there, incoming transmission, again, just a way to get some card advantage. Confidence is not that good when we're up against Shockwave. It's in there game 1. Hopefully we're not against Shockwave. If we are, that comes out, because there's nothing worse than... Sorry, not even against Shockwave. What am I saying? Against the... I'm drawing a blank. The card that says if your opponent would draw a second card this turn or any additional cards this turn, you draw them instead. So my opponent's drawing 2, and I'm discarding 2, and I don't get to draw. Just brutal. Hijack. That's the card. Hijack. There you go. I'm kind of winging this. Don't have a script. Just going off what I know, going off my memory here. So yeah, hijack. Confidence hates hijack. Moving on down again, incoming transmission. I get to set up my deck. It helps me get stuff. I only have a couple green pips on the deck to start off. I have the enforcement batons, and I have the... Where are you at? The shield. Why am I drawing blank? Oh, well, I have 1 enforcement batons, 1 bastion shield. There it is, right above the enforcement batons. So I only have 2 green pips. So if I wind up getting an improvised shield or a a piece 2 tyranny in my hand that I can't use, I can get rid of it with the wow, been a long day, with the incoming transmission or with the confidence. Next, daring counterattack, 2 of them. This used to be a sideboard card with all the blue. You got Shockwave, you got Prime, you've got Jetfire. We need those daring counterattacks in the main, like, to give us a shot in game 1. Game 2, we got a better chance against them, but game 1, these daring counterattacks, they represent at least 5 damage, most times 6. But on my smaller guys, on Ramhorn, Steeljaw, Fire Drive, odds are I'm going to flip 2 orange. It's 5 damage guaranteed, no matter what their shields, no matter what they're tough. I may have even played 3, but 2 was good. I already talked about the force fields. Improvised shield. We never want to see this off of blaster flip. It's just horrible if we have to play it for no reason. Then we got to figure out a way to get rid of it. It normally goes on fire drive, so that when fire drive dies, it goes away. But it's there for the double orange pip. We're an aggro deck. We want that orange pips. Grenade launcher. What can I say? Extra 4 damage. Just flip that on turn 1. You one-shot something. It's a totally different game. Erratic lightning. Same thing. I don't really care about my armor. I have no blue pips. Armor's good. Removes 1 effective health, but it's dealing 3 additional damage. Great. Static laser of Ironhide, same thing. It's +3. Take 2. I'm net positive on that exchange. We already talked about the medics, the protective and the enforcement baton, the bastion shield enforcement batons. Of course, we're there. Got to get rid of like those prime blasters. We can't let that sit on the battlefield. And the bastion shield again gives us a chance game 1 against these blue decks. Get rid of their tough, get rid of their extra armor. That's what it's all about. Sideboard. So a lot of people have been going with the John again with either calibers, not in this deck of course, but with the board for the combo deck. Again, I kind of wanted to take on the blue decks. I thought there'd be a lot of blue decks. I want General Optimist, so I can go 2 wide. I can go 3 wide actually. Start out 2 wide, go 3 wide. Normally pull Fire Drive and Steel and Ramhorn. Throw in General Optimist, and I'm running Blaster, General Optimist, and Steeljaw. All my characters have bold 2. I'll take it. Sideboard cards, 2 work overtime. They're for the Shockwave match. They wipe out my hand. I draw 4. Great. Jam Signals. again, for the blue decks, great to play that and then have them play a security checkpoint and it gets countered, does nothing. 2 Photon Bomb. This was a last minute ad. It wasn't not in my sideboard. Like through playtesting Thursday, Friday, it wasn't in my sideboard. Saturday night when I decided on this and submitting it, I said, I really don't know. Am I gonna see something that this is gonna be helpful against? Photon Bomb went in there just in case I ran into Aerial Bots. That's a tough matchup for me. 5 wide. So I threw them in there just in case, and you're gonna hear about that in a little bit. The third daring counterattack. What more can I say? Zap. I kind of had another flex slot in my sideboard. I didn't know what to put in. Threw in the Zap. I figured it helps finish something off against the blue decks. It's guaranteed point of damage. Reprocess. This is the only thing in my deck that is not a white pip or an orange deck. Just utilities. Gotta get rid of some of those utilities. Sights is a beast for Shockwave. I just can't deal with sights, so let's just reprocess it. And again, another bashing shield for those blue decks. So that's my list. I played it to 3 and 3, and I'm gonna walk you through now basically the breakdown of how my day went. So come in, sit down. Round 1, played against a nice guy from Orlando, and he just opened up a game store down there. Wasn't even planning on coming. I guess he qualified. Wasn't planning on coming, but he found some really cheap flights. It was like $25 each way or something. So he just jumped on a plane, said he was sleeping on someone's floor the weekend, and came down to play. This is where my daring counterattack just wrecked him. Basically, turn 1, flip blaster, deploy ram horn, attack with fire drive, flip daring counterattack off the top, hit him for 6, like turn 1, like totally unexpected. So I just 2-0 Jetfire. That's the way both matches went. I just ripped through them with my grenade launchers, my erratic lightnings, my daring counterattacks, and it was quick. It was quick. It was painless. Painful for him, painless for me. Great. Start off 1-0. We're getting there. We're doing it. Next match, Aerial Bots. I have sideboard tech for that. He wins game 1. Goes back and forth. He gets out his... he combines into his dude. Beats me down. All right. All good. I'll slide into my Photon Bombs. We got this covered. Turn 1. Game 2. Turn 1. Flip blaster. What comes off the top? Photon Bomb. So, oh no. Yeah. Photon Bomb. So, boom. Hit all of his characters for 2. Game goes downhill for him from there. Game 3, short on time, start the game. I don't catch a Photon Bomb. If I catch a Photon Bomb, I win that game. He ends up winning on total health tiebreak. That's the first tiebreaker in Transformers, is you count up the health remaining on your characters. He starts with more health on the board than me, and I don't even know if I might have even wound up doing more damage than him, but he won on that tiebreaker. All right, so we're going into sealed 1-1. We can still get there. Going in, I'd already figured out like 7-1-1 gets you in for sure. 7-2, you're fighting on breakers. So open my pool. I get Private RC, Sergeant Mirage, Private Dazzle Strike, Raider Hyperdrive. In sealed, you want to go 4 wide if you can, unless you got some ridiculous bomb. If you got Lord Megatron, then yeah. Go 2 wide, go 3 wide, whatever. He's gonna rip them on a 25 card deck. But for me, I wanted to go 4 wide. These 4 characters work out great together. RC gets the bonuses off having weapons equipped. Dazzle Strike is a weaponizer. Hyperdrive has stealth. He's always the last to attack on the wheel. He comes back up. They can never hit him. You suit him up. He bangs and never gets touched. So I went 4 wide, and these 4 wide characters had 40 health. Seal pools can go slow, so I was trying to maximize on health. So game 1, and I'll break it down. There was one, like, my characters were great. One problem, orange pips. As you can see from below, I had 16 black pips. You want black pips. In this format, you want to, whatever damage you can pull off, you want to get in there for. 16 black pips help that out. I was always hitting for something. I never had a 0 attack. 9 blue pips, out of necessity. You don't really want to be blue, but I only had 2 playable orange pips. Some of my orange pips were star cards, 4 wide, 25 star characters. I could not play them. So had 2 orange pips. Sad face. I should put a sad face in there because it was pretty sad. And I only had 2 white pips. So for the most part, I was only ever flipping 2 cards, and it was normally like 2 black and a blue. So yeah, so that's what it was. Going to my first match against a player from Texas by the name of Jesus. He actually came 6th place at PPG Dallas the week before playing Aggro Tanks. So decent player, and we go in. I win game 1. No, he wins game 1. Does he? No. I win game 1. He wins game 2. There's about a minute left on the clock after game 2, and he decides he wants to sideboard, so he starts sideboarding, and before he's able to present his deck, time and round happens. We're not sure if we're supposed to play out a round. We call a judge, and because we had not yet presented our decks, the 3rd game had not started, so we do a tiebreak on the 3rd game. Total health remaining. I have 40 health. He has like 36. I win. Next round. Go on to face. This is like one of the craziest seal decks. It's not like super powered, but he was Soundwave with double Rat-Bat. So, in case you don't know, Soundwave says, like, when this attacks in a certain mode, untap any micro cassettes you have. So basically, the way he worked it was he would attack with a Rat-Bat, attack with a Rat-Bat, attack with Soundwave, untap both Rat-Bats. So he's basically 5 wide. And Rat-Bat's ability is tap it, flip the top card of your deck, heal 1 to each character you have for each color pip on those cards. So I won game 1. Good. Game 2. We're going into it. And twice he like taps a Rat-Bat, flips a orange green, and heals 6 across the board. Now, 6 damage takes me a while to do with this deck. I don't have very many orange pips. My RC, if I have weapons on him, can hit for more, but for the most part, my guys are hitting for 3, 4. So, healing 6, that hurts. So, he manages to take game 2. Going to game 3. There's only like a couple of minutes left on the clock. And he basically out-damages me. Wins on tie breaks. I may still have won that game if I had more time, but he wins on health remaining tie breaks. It is what it is. I've now fallen to 2-2. Things are looking dicey. I would have bad breakers, so now I'm thinking, well, top 8's out of the question. If I can like win out, go 7-2, top 16, that's still decent. So, go to my next match, and I have it here. I wrote down that I won it 2-1. I actually won that 2-0. I 2-0'd the person really fast. Had like half an hour left in the end of the round. I was actually able to get up from the table, run over, check out the convention, buy a few things, and then come back for round 6. Round 6, sit down across from Cars. Okay, this could go either way. Game 1, I win. I go first. I win. Game 2, this is where the madness happens. The madness starts. So he goes first. He attacks me. Great. I do my thing. Blaster. Deploy Ram Horn. Get in with Fire Drive. Goes to his turn. He plays Cornered. Flips Ram Horn from bot mode to cassette mode. Now, if you don't know what this means, this is horrible for me. This is like a total tempo play. Like, I get tempoed out huge here because the way Blaster works is I need to flip Blaster on turns 1, 2, and 3 so that I can get everything out of my board. Against a Cars deck, I need everything out of my board. And I also need that ability that Ramhorn gives me to soak up the damage, to play that force field, to play that medics. And when it's in tape mode, it is now a 0 attacking creature, 0 attacking transformer. So I have to attack with it on turn 2, and because I'm not going to expose Blaster, I have to attack with it on turn 2 for 0 attack. So I play something on it, don't do much, maybe do 1 damage, but I lose that white armor ability, and it just total tempos me out. And the thing is, What is Corner doing in his sideboard? It's like, he put Cornered in for Blaster. I think there were 2 or 3 Blaster decks in the whole tournament. And it's like, because as I said, I messed up the meta. I thought it was going to be a blue meta. And yeah, so that card shouldn't have been in his sideboard. It was. Props to him if he's clairvoyant and he figured out that he was going to be facing me when it mattered. And so, yep, so he wins game 2. Game 3, exactly. I go first. I do my flip. Deploy Ramhorn as expected. His turn 1, he plays Cornered. Flips Ramhorn. Tempos me out again. We don't get to finish the game. He beats me on health tiebreakers because, yeah, what am I going to do? Attack him for 0. Great. All right. So now we're 3-3. Sad times. Okay. Figured out 6-3. 6-3 still gets us top 32. Top 32 is still in the money. We still got something to work for. Go up against Springer. It's aggro deck versus aggro deck, and I just literally destroy him. Like, attack Springer for like 16 on turn 3 or something, and just wreck him 2-0. Things are feeling good. 4-3. We got a chance. We got a chance. Face aggro tanks. Lord Megatron. He wins game 1. Game 2, I just destroy him. And then we go into game 3. And story of my life. Lose on health total tiebreak. Great. So if you've been paying attention, I've only lost 1 game all day that wasn't on tiebreakers. Either maybe I need to play a little bit faster. I thought I was playing pretty quick. I know my deck. Opponents, maybe they need to play a little bit faster. Maybe I should have called them out on some of the times. But yeah, so at this point, I've only lost 1 match in time. Everything else was tiebreakers. I have not been 2-0'd. I have not been blown out. I have 2-0'd a number of people. Go into the 9th round. I'm 4-4. I'm like, I need to win here. I do not want to leave 4-5. I want to leave on a winning record. This is the Energon Invitational. You had to win a tournament to get here. There are no bad players. Maybe they're bad. Maybe there's some bad players. But I consider myself a good card player. I've played Magic for years. Done well. And I think I know Transformers fairly well. Again, it's a newer game. Still learning. But I face a weird deck. A weird deck in round 9. It's an all-white Pip Mirage deck. He's playing 2 weaponizers, one of which is the one that only allows you to deal 5 damage maximum to any character as long as it's alive. And then he's got another guy that when he flips white pips, you can only deal 3 damage, I think it is. And then Mirage, when you flip 3 white pips, you get to untap them. So this game's just going, it's all weird. It's like game 1, I managed to pull it out only because my Fire Drive turns into a weaponizer. I can't play most of the cards in my deck. Can't play my Erratic Lightnings. Or not my Erratic Lightnings. My Reckless Charge. Can't play my Static Laser because I can't deal damage to my characters. Because I can't deal enough to his. So I have all these cards in my hand. Finally, he kills Fire Drive. I throw Fire Drive on Blaster. I have 9 cards in hand. So I like throw a Grenade Launcher. No, sorry, not Grenade Launcher. I Supercharge Blaster. So he's got Fire Drive, the Ion Cannon on him. So he's already 5 plus 3. He's base 8 attack. I play my Supercharge to give him bold 3. And then I dump 8 cards into him to make him 16 attack. And I end up attacking Mirage for 22 points of damage. And just one-shotting him and winning that game. Going to game 2, and I'm perplexed. How do I sideboard against this? Like, what do I do here? I brought in my Photon Bombs. It's like, hey, I can maybe try to put them within one-shot range of that 5 damage. Some of them have 7 health. So I brought in 2 Photon Bombs. Brought in... And I did something I never thought I would do in a Blaster deck. I took out my Static Lasers of Ironhide. I took out my Reckless Charges. I could not afford to deal damage to myself. They just sat in my hand the game before. I sided them out. I'm an aggro deck, and I'm siding out 2 of my better aggro cards. I still... I even think I may have even taken out the One Shield Stands. No, I kept them in. But yeah, so I took out damage, and I managed to pull it off. Finished 5-4, 66th place. Nothing to write home about, but I can be proud. There was 159 people. That was almost in the top third. I guess no, a little worse, but I was better than 93 players. I was better than 93 players on the day. What can you say? That was my journey for the weekend. Again, Aiden was a great traveling companion. We talked a lot about Transformers. We played a lot of Transformers. It was a great game. Great weekend. I'm gonna do some more videos. I'm also a Magic judge, so I might do some stuff on judging and maybe some interviews. We'll go from there. This video is getting a little bit long in the tooth. What are we at now? We are at 26 minutes. All right. I'm going to cut it there. Hope you guys enjoyed. And once again, I'm Ventric. This is Transformers TCG. And let's get to it.